Atlas, for pulling us up into the scene. Finally, we see Evos going over the red side.
I love the Atlas, by the way. He really helps everyone out. Anyways, going into the draft, Onic first pick, Evos Elijah second pick, Novaria banned out by Evos, but Onic as the first pick, betting out the Claude as well as the Eve. For now, it looks like they're trying to make sure that just the comfort heroes aren't being given away by Evos. Personally, for me, I'm really liking the Claude ban.
Yeah, it's a brand special, and especially because Onic really likes somewhere of Eve. They really like Valentina, so that they ban out the Claude, so just they will open up the draft so much for their squad. I would assume that Onic might prioritize. Actually, Valentina should be the priority here for Onic, but it will be banned out so easily.
Amazing.
Okay,
Gee,
whatever.
help out Evos, why don't
Alright.
you? So yeah, Valentina hasn't been banned out. For now, again, we're looking at the Joy. I'm not so sure whether Delari can play the Joy now. And speaking of which, hashtag see the heroes. Half of MLBB's hero pool has been used
That's surprising.
in MSC 2023 with 60 left to complete the current roster. Now, gentlemen, does not show that this meta is as balanced as it could be.
I love it. This is amazing, especially given the fact that heroes like Masha are coming through, and this just shows that we're going through the best of the best, the Hall of Fame, the Hall of Legends, if you will, for the meta games across time and space. But now something else to note, even with the 60 heroes left, almost half of MLB's hero pool used, why is mid still so tight? Why does it seem like there's only so many mid heroes that are viable?
To the point where you even see fighters in the mid.
The answer is really just settle for what works. It's really, you know, that's
4 mid laners banned.
exactly. So with that, do you go Arlo? Joy is open, by the way, as well as 1-1. What do you pick, Onic? There's so much. This is a shopping spree, but you only can pick one. Joy,
Kaja?
Kaja,
I always want to say the Joy.
knowing Onic, they will pick up 1-1.
To me,
Wow.
Because 1-1 is open. But wait,
Wow. Kaja is open as well.
Kaja Joy.
Kaja Joy or
Kaja Joy, nope.
I think the Kanja will take priority, right? Since
Yeah.
that's probably the only one that can really deal with a 1-1.
Phobius though.
You pick Kaja Joy here.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, Delar is in play.
Phobius.
It could legit be absolutely anything.
Get spicy.
Could be Phobius, could be the Joy.
Yep.
They're in no rush.
I think Kaja. Knowing Evos, knowing Dilar, they might be the last pick.
Kaja.
Kaja Joy.
Alright.
Oh, fire.
I mean, the Eve is not there anymore. The Valentina isn't there as well. So this Fermi is looking pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You're pretty good.
You are pretty good.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay.
Get a room.
Speaking of rooms, Onic, what kind of room are they trying to create here? Because going up against Kaja as well as the Faramis, quite a lot of engage.
Yep.
How are they going to make sure that this 1-1 will be able to get good stacks?
Yeah, a room where you protect you allow for the 1-1 to have stacks. So you have a frontliner, Fredrin, for example.
Or
maybe
1-1 to have
Akai.
what?
A room where you have a room for the 1-1.
To have stacks.
Stacks.
Oh,
Yes,
stacks.
to proc the weakest point.
Right. Perfect.
So, Fredrin or Akai, I would say. And then, of course, the Joy is there. Oh, Farsa.
Farsa. Wait, isn't that like...
Okay.
Okay, here's the
She's
thing.
not as hot right now.
0% win rate.
Yep. Pretty bad. There's the Fredrin, as expected. You can still settle for a carry here if you're Evos.
No, I mean, like, looking at the situation, there's already quite a lot of dive, right? Delar could be using something like a Yuzong
Joy.
as well. Are they trying to bait it out? Are they trying to force
They are.
Delar?
Absolutely.
Yep, the dragon is so good here.
Absolutely.
They're trying to force
Right?
the law.
Yep.
I mean, looking at the fact that it is a Farsa, yes, I absolutely agree. It seems like a Yuzong makes perfect sense in this
Yep.
case.
Wait,
Onic
even the
hasn't.
Arlet?
I mean, Onic hasn't really shown who their EXP laner is, how that movement and how the lane priority would be like. But regardless, we're still looking at the Fredrin. We're still
Yep.
looking at the fact that Fredrin can still flex into the EXP.
I think this is just Joy or carry as the third pick for Evos. Instead it...
You're yes! We talked about it.
Yep.
We mentioned it before the game started. Let's
This-
go, Delar.
This is all reliable. This is all reliable.
God.
Much
Win
the
lane, win
way,
game.
much the way Oh My Venus is Estes and Carl DZ's Lancelot,
Oh,
Delar is Uranus.
exactly.
Delar is what?
Uranus.
Got it.
Dilar is Uranus. And I'm standing now because I'm so happy about this. This
Okay,
is a
fine. I'll
classic.
stand as well.
All right.
I'm happy too.
So you ban out carry here if you are
Agreed.
Evos. Or maybe
Hey, you can pick it up after.
you can pick it up after. I'm thinking actually Lapu-Lapu as a ban for Evos. It's still good versus Faramis type of compositions, and it's the way for you to kind of have a front line to fend off the Faramis cult altar, as well as the fact that you allow for your 1-1 to get the stacks.
Honestly, I like the ban on to Franco right now. I kind of
I
feel like, yeah,
also agree.
just go with the roamer ban. Any kind of roamer that could give a problem towards the Kaja as well would be pretty good, because I'm also thinking
That's right.
like when I'm playing the Kaja, it's very annoying going up against something like the Atlas,
Yep.
where you could pull me up when
Yep.
I want to pull you down.
Yep. Yeah, I know.
Okay, I'm not-
You don't have to
Yeah,
explain.
I'm not
everything.
gonna explain it. Yeah, no.
Okay, the only problem I have with this Uranus, unfortunately, is that it was pick third. And Coach Yeb just knows how to deal with this. Raja Yeba, yeah. Raja Langit Yeba. Did you know that Coach Yeb cannot step on land anymore? Don't know if Raja Langit? That's why he was carried off. MPLID. His shoes are
Very
far
fun
too
fact.
expensive.
Yeah, that's right. No,
Very
have you
fun fact.
ever seen him walk on
Nope.
stage?
Nope.
Whenever camera pans over,
I never see him walk in general.
he's just there.
He's
Yep.
hovering. People don't know. He's been hovering all the time.
That's right. Or that's true. Or he's being carried by his teammates or
can't-
someone else.
I've carried him.
That's right.
MPL Philippines
That's
Season
right.
11 playoffs. What a privilege.
That's
What's your
canon.
command?
That's canon. Looking at the final bans here, the Dairoth closed up, and of
yeah,
course
the
the
lid.
Fanny taken away.
Carry. I
I'm
think.
thinking of carry, and then after
Yep.
that, take a ling. It's
I
pretty
agree.
good against this composition, no?
That's
Carry first, ling
That's
later.
true.
What's
But
scary about the Ling though is if the Fredrin goes to the jungle,
Yeah.
it's not as easy.
I think
That's
you,
one point.
Yeah, you might just last pick up Artis here.
I do agree with the
Wait for
Ling
no
also,
move.
actually, to be
Your
honest.
turn.
Because they will want to probably look at the second insurance onto really dealing with the Fasa, right? Fasa
Yeah.
is that large artillery would be one of the big ways that Evos can't even get close to the opponents. Get closing.
Yep. Lapu-Lapu is so good here for Onic. And then there is that route where you go for some sort of a lockdown to go with your 1-1 so that you have a frontliner. So maybe something like Atlas, perhaps. With the absence of the Franco, you need that hard lockdown. Something along the lines of like
Is Lolita
Divine
bad?
Judgment, Lolita, maybe something single target, you know,
With the single bonk,
Time to
Saber,
drop the beat of the
no, not
clock.
Saber.
maybe a choke.
Yeah, Kofra, there you go.
Your team is
Sound.
All right, Kufra being very solid here.
Keyboy Classic.
Oh.
Looking at draft now, I was thinking about
Artis.
the ling, but yeah, now with the Kufra there,
Not exactly viable anymore. is
a
it?
little bit difficult. Yeah, a little bit difficult. But again,
But they're
Tat-
kind of lacking damage, isn't it? From the side of Evos.
I would say early. Mid, honestly, once the Faramis has the clock as well as the lightning, it hurts quite a lot. The moment it has the Divine Glaive, you could basically almost one-shot the entire team, especially if the team clumps up together. Trust me,
Yep.
I played a lot of Faramis.
Yep. Maybe the finishing touch is the Martis. So you go for the Decimate, you guarantee a kill.
Oh yeah,
The chain together.
And you win against the Fredrin.
You win
If
against
it
the
is
Fredrin.
a jungle Fredrin.
All right.
I
This is
mean-
a joy. You're correct. Or maybe actually go back to the Batman, perhaps. Martis. Okay.
So far, we looked at both teams' drafts. Are we going to be slightly biased with the Lars Uranus here?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
What do you mean
all right.
slightly?
All right, Evos then.
It costs nothing.
It costs nothing. Yeah.
Again, game one we also preferred Evos' draft, right?
Yeah,
It
True.
just
The
came
execution.
the difference in the execution and of course timing.
Yep. Dare I
Abstract.
say I don't favor Evos' lineup, but this is the Lars Uranus.
Just
song.
for.
Yep.
Right?
To be honest, I do like Evos' lineup. I do want to see Evos
Oh,
being able to pull this off.
I believe our camera did stutter a bit there, which made it seem like Yeb was walking, but
He was hovering.
can confirm he was
Just
hovering. I
trust
see it
it.
That was
right
a stock
from,
video.
Yeah, I see him straight from where I am now. Definitely was hovering. That was from a couple of years
Yeah,
back.
it was
folks.
a stock video.
Again, this is a historic matchup as is. Let's go into game number 2 and make more history in this best of 5. Gentlemen,
Going into game number 2, we see Delar finally coming in, but will he be enough to drop down the Sky Kings? Onic down to the bottom. In fact, we're gonna see the bird fly a little bit longer. This is basically, yep, just now.
Yeah.
Just hovering there on the base.
They're fixing some tech issues because Yeb's foot that
I kind of feel like that took everyone by surprise. Yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, okay. So now looking back at the draft, I'm just thinking like this Joy, although it is still a good game for the Joy because of the presence of the Beatrix that can go to the backlines, this is not going to be the typical Joy that can easily go up against Marksman because now you have the Kaja.
Yeah.
Traditionally a good counter, or if not an answer to the Joy because you just lock him down, right? And you have the damage output and you have a killing blow. So it's still... I think the 1-1's still a problem, although they have the Fermis for the Cult Altar, but...
Right now, honestly, looking at the Marshall, 4 fingers has been shown, and 4 fingers usually hurt. So this will take a while.
Okay, so you guys were talking about a 1-1. We
Yeah, 1-1. What about a 1-1?
About 1-1, right?
Yeah, 1-1.
We're talking about a 1-1, right? So 1-1 used to be 4 stacks. Now it's 3.
Yeah.
So we're just looking at Kyrie and Dilar at this point.
Yeah, they're the ping test.
The game does not matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, does it? Oh, we're
no
going to the
chop.
game.
No chop.
No chop.
No chop, and we're in the game. Speaking of which, Evos has 7K gold lead? Nah, there's something wrong here. The game just started. The game just started.
That was the previous game.
This is how strong the law is, you know? His presence alone is more than enough to break the entire statistics of the game and the economy
so
and numbers.
funny.
No, imagine the buff that you have. The moment you go into a game, you immediately get a 7K gold lead. That's the buff I want.
This is the true meaning of buff.
That's the true meaning of buff.
Is this the time where we focus on Dilar just, they're just leaving the lane?
I think this is going to be a really good idea for me to really realize and understand between Boots and Dilar, between Joy as well as this Uranus, how is the free lane priority going to be like? Will Joy even want to stick himself out and stick his neck out and try to go for trades on health while trying to bring down the waves?
Honestly, it is worth it, but the thing is, Dilar just keeps on healing up, especially he's using the crab there to make sure that he keeps the 20 stacks. Yep.
And of course, in the meantime, in the middle lane, we do have Keyboy as well as Kyrie jumping onto Dreams. It didn't really quite suffice too much to our kill.
Oh,
however,
Dilar gets Kyrie.
this is going to be something. Dilar is just going to be jumping himself right in the face of Kyrie. The Appraisal's Wrath did manage to connect, but Dilar is still going to be A-OK, and we know for a fact that he will regenerate back. But we do have Sans coming in from behind with a feathered airstrike. More than enough. Kyrie still takes the turtle right now. Sans just going to be jumping right in with the decimate that kills Boots.
Honestly, that was, I would say, as good as they could do it for Evos. But again, a very good engage coming in from Keyboy and Taz, low HP.
It is very greedy from the side of Taz, especially since there wasn't much people that could open up the map for Taz and helping them realize that, hey, the orange buff is going to be taken down, or rather the orange buff, someone is going to go over to the orange buff. In the meantime, it does seem like Kyrie did manage to bring the orange buff down. Keyboy and Kyrie is running for their dear life, and Dilar takes his very first kill in MSC 2023.
One of the longest skirmishes that we've seen, just because of the fact that it was the Uranus, and Kyrie really overstayed there. Was able to successfully get the turtle and the orange buff. That was great. Great place, but Dilar was there to punish.
What?
I mean, something happened, Ichime died.
Yep.
I mean, do 1, 2, and a profit. But either ways, right now on the top side, Taz is here. I kind of feel like you can't really take quite a lot of advantage here in the EXP just yet, because even though Boots isn't winning, Boots isn't really losing as well.
I think this is a point in time where the ESP is just so equal and 50-50. Even if Dilar is winning against Boots, it just takes so little for Boots to come back in this game. You just need one person, hit himself up to the top lane, push Dilar away, and they're back to equal.
I kind of get what you are coming from, but looks like there's a clash.
Keyboy, bouncing ball. In the meantime, suppressed in, and Keyboy is not in a good spot at all. The entirety of Evos collapses themselves and brings the front line down.
I would have said that it was Taz who's suffering. Even when Dilar as well as Fred's having a great time, Taz will be the one suffering. Now he gets 2 kills. He still is a level behind Kyrie, which means that Fredrin will be snowballing out of control when it comes to taking down those neutral objectives. But overall, something has to be done for Taz. Not only when it comes to the kills. They need to really make sure that they get the probably the third turtle and the first Lord. That's how they should be winning this game.
Though he may technically be a level behind, or rather a few EXP behind, I'm pretty sure that his itemization is a lot of
Keyboy.
But in the meantime, he has Keyboy jumping in. He did manage to connect on the Dream as Bakari for now takes the turtle for his own. The La gets himself away, and the entirety of Evos actually went in for business and went out.
Yeah, looking at the situation just now, Dream 0 and 3, but he does not have his ultimate up because at this point I kind of feel like Evos, they kind of want to move proactively, but even if Kaja does catch someone, looking at the damage, I kind of feel like if it's just 2% there, including the Kaja, they won't have enough damage, but 4 people here, they might be able to do something. Dreams just got his ult, but the thing is, still doesn't have the flicker.
You can see that already. You can see the strength of the Fredrin. Like he's able to really tank up, and whenever he gets the first turtle, he's really a massive boost on the farm and tank ability of a Fredrin. Oh, too early.
Just a sliver, runs himself away and pops off with the Feather Extract for a little while longer. Kyrie, with the Appraisal's Wrath, he will be able to bring Taz down.
I don't know whether Taz had the orange buff or not at that point, but I was so low. Sans should have died, but still was able to run away. And just an interesting point that I got to give over to Wolf now. The Lar, he's not building the Enchanted Talisman first.
Oh,
yeah, he's building the Oracle first, meaning he's going straight for defense.
Yep. Because he knows that he needs to tag up against the Joy. Somebody has to take care of business. So you have a little bit of damage mitigation for magic from the Oracle.
Yes.
Of course, that's Farsa as well as the Joy is going to be a problem later on. Then you go to Talisman afterwards.
Best of both worlds, huh? You're able to sustain for extended team fight, and of course, you're going to be A-OK with Sans and Blue. I like that.
100%.
Right now, looking at the bottom lane, Keyboy is charging up. Dreams catches him.
Dreams immediately brings CW down while Keyboy was looking to try to bring down the bottom lane. Keyboy, great power straight, slam 3 person right over to the wall, and the rest of Onic follows by. Sans almost managed to help to bring Dreams down, but Taz, he's here with the first decimator connect down onto the front end. Keyboy jumps himself right within the range of the turret, and he's gonna be A-OK.
A lot happened, but I gotta say, man, perfect timing by Keyboy. He knows, like, okay, you guys are gonna recover it in 3, 2, 1, clap back.
That was, there's just a lot of micro things that happened in there. First, the jump coming out from the Kaja, that was Dreams. That was immediately filed up by Bennett's Rage. And he was able to pull back his target, which was Chewe, to multiple bombs from the grenade, from the Bennett. That's why he's able to kill him off. Then afterwards, when the Cult Arthur was activated, you know that you get suppressed, right? You get stunned when the shields are up. So Kyrie just popped the ultimate, and immediately, you know, effectively stunning up 3 heroes that set up for the Kufra.
Keyboy.
Speaking of catch, Keyboy, he tried to go for it, but no one else was really around that to follow up.
Oh, and Kyrie was able to retrieve that gold crab away. So, small win, but you know what? Any kind of win, you're just going to be appreciative of it. Right now, let's look at the items. Anything we should be thinking about here?
Okay, so yeah, you mentioned the Oracle. There is an upcoming Dominance Ice for Dilar, which kind of deals with the 1-1, which is much needed. And on the opposite end, some just casual items from the Kufra so that he's being able to last up against the Mardin.
Right now, Dilar is deep into enemy territory. Looks like he's just getting vision a little bit. So far, looking at the mana pool, he should be able to handle Boots quite well. Speaking of which, Boots and Dilar, not winning, not losing, both EXP laners, they're just kind of like doing their job, biding their own time.
It's a very equal fight, right? We're looking at both teams pretty much hanging on the knife's edge. Anything that will happen, it will eventually erupt.
Now, looks like Evos tried to catch Keyboy off guard, took a little bit of damage. So far, Keyboy, he is going to be the linchpin. Kyrie goes in, finds Hijime.
The taunt didn't really quite connect on the Hijime though, forced him to went off with the Cult Altar.
Oh, what a good go-ahead play coming out from Kyrie, utilizing the Retribution, knowing that the next objective will be about 20 seconds away, so it will be cooling down for sure. What he did was to force out the Cult Altar just because of one micro play.
Didn't really quite connect the Tyrant's Revenge though. Hijime was looking for a small little avenue, but it doesn't seem like he would want to go in anytime soon. But Sans finds something, and that is a Feathered Airstrike. They actually managed to spit down the Hijime and Brands more than enough to force them away. This is a small little priority that they can have.
I gotta say, man, Evos, they gotta slow things down because Hijime needs a bit of time to come back to the Lord fight. But right now, Keyboy, the Lar is there. Keyboy doesn't want to go for the Lord just yet.
Oh, that's crucial. They lost control of the Lord, but now Hijome, his ultimate is cooling down.
And now, looking at the Lord, about half HP, Kyrie as well as Taz is both there. The Lord soaking a lot of damage. Dreams tries to find any angle that he can get. And now Keyboy is just there. Brand from back. The Lord's so low. Brand secures it.
It doesn't seem like Brand will go down anytime soon because with him getting it as the Lord is gonna be big. And for now, Onic continues to tower through and power through. Hijumi and Taz did go down, but the Lord is still gonna be working for themselves. Booster's gonna be counting in. The proxy helps them bring Taz down as well as the first tier turret.
Oh, what a jump coming out from the entirety of Onic. But even better was the ultimate coming out from Keyboy. Once again, this time, he didn't have any sort of help or setup. It's just literally the melee-based comp that you saw coming out from Evos getting punished by the Cupra. Still, Brands secures the Lord, and that's massive for Evos. But then again, Kyrie, ever so efficient, steals an orange buff up top.
Yeah, I gotta say, man, that was crazy. I would say the play came from both gold laners, man. Brand secures the Lord. CW secures 2 kills for himself. And the thing is, they gotta find a way to make sure that Brands is all right. San so far has not died. And again, this Barca deals a lot of damage, even though sure, very soft. They got to make sure that Brands is taken care of. As long as Brands is fine, he should be okay. He died twice. Dreams hasn't died at all.
Definitely agree. I think the start of the fight, you saw how much damage he's already able to deal. And that's also a way to break the formation that you are seeing from Evos. But the fact of the matter remains, taking the Lord means that you will eventually get a lot of pushing potential. And that is going to be the economy equalizing for both teams.
Right now, Taz was able to secure a orange buff for himself as well. Level 13 on both junglers. Brands level 11, CW level 12. Hijime right now, I kind of think in terms of items, he should be doing quite well. But the thing is, Keyboy as well as Kyrie is putting up so much space between them as well as CW and Sans, making it quite, I would say, quite safe for CW to move forward.
I just want to say though, Keyboy is very tanky now. Radiant armor as well as the dominance eyes just really picked up. We can see that he is, he knows that correct items. Where you're looking at his counterpart, it's the Kaja. He's about, what, 600 gold richer? But interestingly, not able to complete an item.
Right
because
now,
of those casual items.
Yeah, here's the thing. I kind of feel like Dreams right now, not dying, kind of feels quite well if he wants to go for that fleeting time. Looking at Brands, he's probably going for a Hunter Strike soon. He has a lot of penetration, so in terms of damage, it's kind of looking quite good. But again, you can have all the damage in the world, but if you die, it kind of doesn't matter.
It's gonna be a very important second Lord. And I guess that whoever takes this next Lord and then wins the fight will inflate their lead to about 5,000.
Now, one thing that we're gonna have to reconsider and remember is the fact that Evos did manage to pull off getting themselves the first Lord, and that was no fluke. Evos have timed their retribution between Taz and Brands. Brands wanted to go for the snipe onto the Lord at the same time of Taz going for the retribution, and we can more or less prepare for something like that to happen again. As such, Onic, maybe you should keep an eye out for where exactly this Beatrix is.
Right now, I'm actually looking at the map. Sans is coming back into the fight. The Lord is coming in. Keyboy is looking for an angle. The Lord is very low. Taz is alone. Everyone else is far away. The Lord is going to flank from behind. 11,000 HP left on the Lord. Looks like no one wants to commit just yet. They really want to make sure someone dies first. 8,000 HP on the Lord. And now,
there's going to be a penetration plus an Evil's passion onto the Lord, and Taz will eventually be able to get the Lord down. But unfortunately, throughout all of that, the Lord is still going to be taken down to the hands of Onic. Hijumi goes down too. Onic found value after taking the Lord.
Yeah, massive snag coming out from Onic for sure, especially with the ultimate coming out from Keyboy, stopping the Laren's tracks, already committing the Purify. But then again, that's the idea coming out from Onic. Wow, okay, Kyrie using the taunt to his...
You talked about the Purify. Hijime didn't use his.
Yeah.
I saw quite a bunch of crowd control on him. I kind of feel like Hijime should not have died just now.
Well, he knows that he will have the passive anyways. He's going to trigger it. It's not worth to commit your Purify. Through the instant replay, you're going to see the go-ahead usage of the Bennett's Rage, but Dilar was isolated. You can see Keyboy with the knockback, utilizing his ultimate, and they were just fine not giving away the Lord to the side of Onic. So it's pretty much an even trade-off between two teams.
But honestly, looking back into the highlights, everyone else was going away except for Hijime. So maybe there is some kind of a
Communication thing?
communication issue there.
Yeah.
They gotta fix that up because Hijime, he has to know he is the mid laner.
Yep.
He can deal the damage, but again, you gotta make sure that you're
Yeah.
in the right position to actually hit your Ghost Blisters onto multiple targets.
I guess the call for Evos was hit and run. Let's just get the retribution. Let's get out afterwards, knowing full well that there's some massive engaged comp that you can see and expect from Onic. Evos, they're far too afraid to commit 5v5 versus Onic unless it's just for the sake of getting the retribution onto the Lord.
Right now, looking at the positions of everyone, Delar is solo up on top, while the other 4 members of Evos somewhere here down bot. Dreams now has the Tina Shield, should be able to handle the damage coming in from Sans. Sans so far again has not died just yet, doing absolutely quite a lot of damage onto Evos. I gotta say, guys, during this entire fray, during minute number 1 up until minute 15, the start of the game, 7,000 gold lead. But after that, I would say not even a 1,000 difference between both teams.
Yep, I definitely agree. And big props to Onic, alleviating 7,000 gold in just the first few minutes of the game.
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
it all boils down to the first buff, huh? Eventually, once
Yep.
you get the first buff, the lead is just so much. But in all seriousness, one thing that I'm looking at from the side of Onic is the fact that they are pretty much more or less going for like a wombo combo, unga bunga kind of gameplay, right? While Evos, the main thing and the main way that they have been playing is really just Sand Dream as with a flicker, followed by pulling and picking off someone. From that point on, hopefully that they will be able to get that numbers advantage in order to win in the team fight. And not to forget, with the insurance from Hijumi, I thought that would have worked well.
And I kind of feel like both teams are trying to see who's going to make the mistake. CW is getting sniped quite a few times already by Brands. Brands so far has been pretty good on those snipes. Lord Spawn, Ewa so far has been able to secure 2 for themselves. Can they make it a 3? Or this time, Onic is going to make sure that they get it. Looking at Delar, he is inside the base of Onic.
And Keyboy jumps himself right onto the front lines. Taz seems to be in a deep trouble as Woods puts himself right onto Hijumi. Brands all the way behind, trying to go for the snipe, but unfortunately that's not going to work out for them this time.
Bottom lane.
For the first time, Onic gets themselves the Lord, but the Law is all the way down in the bottom lane, pushing the wave all the way through. In the meantime, we're looking at 2-way role split. We're looking at 2 fights. Well, the main thing is CW soars into the sky, takes 2 down, and Brands pop off with a Wind of Nature. CW pops his own one and tries to follow through.
CW wanted to say, I'm the king of the skies, man. Kyrie's on my team, sure, but look at me.
Oh man, massive split from Dilar, but it will not be enough. Does complete the push onto the bottom lane, but now with Onic getting the Lord and winning the battle afterwards, there's not much wave that they have, and now they can pummel and trade off easily.
Right now, looking at how the waves are moving, Onic now has a 2,000 goal lead. The Lord is still marching in the mid. Hijime is trying to protect his own base, his own turret. Now, Evos, I kind of feel like they can protect this, but they took quite a heavy hit.
100%. I mean, Onic will lose their bottom lane, but the fact that there still is a Lord and a lot of big minions march in, Onic still has map control.
And Sands flickers forward. In the end of the day, Sands is still managed to get a kill with a magic warship onto Brand. And that is more than enough for them to bring the win con down.
Dude, that must hurt, man. We haven't seen Farsa in quite a while, but the thing about a Farsa is, all you got to do is one job.
Yep.
Drop the marksman.
Raw damage. That's what we want from the side of Onic. And speaking of raw damage, look at the amount of damage that they can deal onto Delar. Despite the fact that he is pretty tanky, they still can bring him down to such a low percentile of health. Onic forces their objective and push their way through. Brand is nowhere to be seen, and this is one of the best opportunities for Onic to make a play without the main damage dealer from the side of Evos. As such, Kyrie makes himself the front, and he's just wanting to get himself right in the middle, but unfortunately the immortality will be popped. Brand joins in the frame, and Onic finds this time to run away, but Dreams, he knew that this moment would come. With a flicker, he brings one.
Onic looked like they overstayed their welcome
Definitely. They've already pushed out 3 lanes of turrets. You should be happy with that, especially knowing that Brands' timing is going to be cooling down. You know, he's going to be respawning. The fact that Kyrie stayed in front of that base building also forces all his immortality, which, by the way, is a mortal sin in the latter portions of the game. It's, you know, it's a very valuable cooldown to not have. And then Brands was able to respawn. And there's the assist coming up from Dreams. Still, Onic, massive lead. Map control is theirs. Not impossible for Evos, though.
At this point, everyone is almost full build. I see Hijime not full build just yet. I kind of feel like after this, he will go for the Blood Wings. Lord coming up in just a bit. And this time, Evos, even though they are at a gold deficit, they're in prime position to secure the Lord. And again, at this point, it kind of doesn't matter about the gold.
This Lord is looking to be very scary, as Onic can literally take this Lord fight, this Lord dance by the throat of Evos.
Right now, looking at the Lord, Kyrie is pulling it towards the side of Onic. Dreams, will you have a good position? D-Boy is looking for a target, he finds Dreams.
And immediately slams him into the wall. Hijumi came in to give him the insurance policy. Dreamhouse is still alive. However, the law is not. It's going to be popping off with the immortality, and immediately with the intro of Winter Truncheon, he could stay alive, but expended off his immortality just so that he will be able to go for the trade onto Dreams. This means there's only 3 members left on the side of Evos.
There's only one play left. That's the bottom. Taz sees it. Is anybody from Onic gonna play it? They canceled the TP. Oh, no, they have boots anyways.
They have boots.
So now, Onic, prime position to end the game at around 21, 22 minutes. For now, Evos, their damage dealers, haven't been able to do quite a lot. Haven't been able to do too much.
That was really a tough fight, isn't it, for Evos? Because in a macro sense, there's so many things going on. They're gonna have to take note of the top lane, middle lane, and the bottom lane, which will eventually push in, especially for the top and the middle, right? Because if the longer that they keep this fight going, the longer that they hold on to this Lord, unfortunately, Evos will be on the chokehold. They can't dance around the Lord for that much. They need to deploy someone to defend the base.
Well, right now the Lord is marching in. Sans trying to find a good position to make sure that he can get onto Brands. Brands is still alive. He will be trying to clear the minions. The Lord comes in. Better strike used.
And does seem as though Taz was hoping that he'll be able to get a kill down the Sands, but the rest of the members from the side of Onic will probably want to focus down the core. But the Lord, he's frozen. He don't care about much at all. But the main front line of Onic, it kind of seems as though he's got Kyrie taken down. But there's quite a lot of trade. Dreams, Taz, the Law, all of them taken down. Keyboy, backline, but they don't care.
Looks like now match point for Onic.